Hello, good morning all. Today in this video we are going to discuss regarding how to define search view in Odoo version 14. So currently in the screen you are seeing Odoo version 14 community edition where we are continuing our Odoo 14 development tutorials. So you all know we have already created a module and defined a model and also defined its form view and tree view. So currently in this database I have already installed the hospital module. You can see the hospital menu that we have created and the patient view. So in the previous videos we have shown you how to define a tree view. So this is the tree view that we have defined, and if you click on it we will get the form view. So we already have learned how to create a form view and how to define a tree view in Odoo. So in this video we will be discussing about how to create a search view in Odoo. So when you are in the tree view, at the top you can see a search bar where we can type and search different things. So if I enter something here, you can see if I enter Sam, right now you can see we can search name for Sam. So the records will get filtered based on the search key that we have inputted. So we will be discussing about how to define a search view in Odoo. So currently this is the default search. So right now yet we haven't defined a search view for our model. So first of all you need to activate the developer mode. So to activate the developer mode I'll be going into the settings, and if I scroll down you can see the option to activate the developer mode. So once the developer mode is activated you can access the developer features. So I'll be going back to the hospital menu, and here you can see right now you will be getting the debugger button. So if I click on the debugger button you can see edit control panel view. So this is what we are discussing about. So the search view is also known as control panel view from Odoo version 14, Odoo version 13. So in the previous versions like Odoo 12, Odoo 11, Odoo 10, etc., you will be seeing it as search view, but from Odoo 13 the search view has been renamed to control panel view. So here in the debugger button you will be seeing edit control panel view. So if you click on the edit control panel view you can see the view name is empty and everything is empty because we haven't defined a search view for this model. That's why it is coming as empty. So we have to define a search view for this model, that is hospital.patient. So let's see how we can search. So right now the problem is that right now we can only search based on name. What happens if I need to search the patient based on the description, or suppose if the patient has a code like unique code, how we can search based on that? So let's see how we can define the search view in Odoo. So first of all I'll be going into the PyCharm. So if I go to the PyCharm, this is my custom add-ons path and this is the OM hospital module. So if you check the code you can see there is some extra folders called data, static, etc. So that I have added for the purpose of releasing this module in the Odoo App Store. So you can get this code from Odoo App Store, and we have made some enhancements. So the only change that we have added is we have just added a data file, that is you can ignore, and we have added a static folder. We will be discussing the data file and the static folder later in this video, not later in this video, later in this playlist. So we can see the model which is the we have defined earlier, and the views folder that we have defined earlier, and the security folder. So don't need to get confused with the data folder and static folder. You can totally ignore that file. That is only part of releasing module in the Odoo App Store. So we will be defining the search view or the control panel view for the patient. So let's see how we can define that. So here you can see this is the patient.xml file where we have defined the menu items. This is the action, and this is the form view, and this is the tree view. So in this video we will be defining the search view. So we will be defining the search view. Let's check for an existing code sample. So if I search inside Odoo source code for the tag search, so if I search for an existing codes inside the Odoo, you can see we have we have a lot of code samples inside Odoo itself. So I'll be copying any of the code sample. So here we have a search view, so I'll be copying this one, Control C, and I'll be putting inside our view. So here we have the tree view, this is the form view, and here somewhere I'll be putting the copied code, and I'll be adjusting the indentation of the copied code, and I'll be changing the ID to patient search instead of patient form. I have renamed the ID as patient search. Model is ir.ui.view, and in the name here our model name is hospital.patient. So I'll be copying this one, hospital.patient, and I'll be replacing this one. So I have updated the ID, name, and model name is updated, and inside this search string I'll be search patients, and let me remove unnecessary fields from here. Let me make it simple. Let me make it simple, and I'll remove this space. So this is how simply you can define a search view in Odoo. You have to record ID, model ir.ui view, and you have to give a name. You have to specify the model. So our model name is hospital.patient. So you can get the model name, I have told you can get the model name from the URL. This is, you can see, hospital.patient, or if you click on the debugger button and if you click on edit view list, you can get the model name from here. Just copy paste the model and put it here inside the model. Now we have to define the search view inside the search tag. So inside the search tag you have to specify which all fields you need to search based on. So right now if I go to the browser and if I close this, you can see right now I can search only based on name. So I need to search based on description also. So you have to specify those field names here inside the search view. So first of all I need to search based on the name, then I need to search based on the description, that is note field. So let's see. So I'll comment the rest of the codes. So I'll be commenting this code, and what I will do, I'll be just going into the UI and I'll be upgrading our module. So I'll be going into the browser, and here you can see right now when you click on edit control panel view, it's all empty. There is no view name, model, etc. That is because we haven't defined a search view for this model. So right now we have defined it, and I'll be upgrading this module. So recently in the previous video our module name was hospital management. I have changed it to Odoo14 development tutorials as part of, I need to release it inside the Odoo app store. So you can just download it from the Odoo app store. I'll be adding the module link in the video description. So I have successfully upgraded the module. So if I go to the hospital and if I click on debugger button and if I click on edit control panel view, you can see we have filled the view name is hospital patient dot search, which we have given here, hospital patient dot search, and the model name is hospital.patient, and the external ID is om hospital.patient search, that is our module name dot our ID. So we have successfully defined the search view in Odoo. So earlier when we have tried searching here, it was only showing name. So right now if I search, you can see search name or search description. So if I need to search CC, search description, you can see it's getting filtered based on that. So earlier it was here only search name. So right now we can search either by name or description. So this is how you can simply define a search view in Odoo version 14. So this tutorial you can follow the same in Odoo 12, Odoo 13, etc. So I'll be coming to the next point. So I'll be uncommenting this one. And here you can see in the search view, along with the search view you have different options like filters, group by, etc. Suppose if I need to, here we have inside our model we have a selection field called gender. Suppose if I need to filter only male, I can add an option here like fill gender male, default option filter. So let's see how we can add default filters and default group by, like group by gender. So we can get results like that. So let's see how we can add group by options in the search view. So here you can see you have to write like this: group expand one string group by filter string. So I'm going to filter group by based on gender. You have to give a name, gender, context, group by which field. So we are going to group based on this field gender. So inside the context group by, we are going to group based on this field. So inside group expand one string group by, inside the filter tag you have to give a string which will be shown in the search view. You have to give a name which can be used for XPath purpose later, and context you have to group by which field you have to group by. So let's go to the UI and upgrade the module again. So as you have making changes inside the XML file, there is no need to upgrade, there is no need to restart the service. So simply I'll be upgrading the module from here, and let's see what happens. So the module has been successfully upgraded. Now I will be going into the hospital, and if you check here you can see a new option has been added. So if I click on gender, you can see grouping has been done. So similarly, based on the other fields, you can add new methods. Like here you can add filter string gender to, or something like that with other fields you can, or I can give name. I'll be giving group by name. So the group by will be based on patient name. So I'll be giving the string as patient name. Name as, I'll be giving a name like patient name. Here you can give any name, patient name. Context group by, I'm going to group by the name field. So that's done. I'll be upgrading the module once again so that the changes will be reflecting in the database. So let's see what happens on upgrading the module again. So I'll be going back to the hospital, and if I click on here you can see the new option has been added, patient name. So here you can see if I group by patient name, you can see it's coming. So let's try creating a new patient with the same name, Anthony, and I'll be entering the age as 45. I'll be keeping him as male. Save. And if I group by gender, you can see there is one female and there is two males. And if I group by patient name, you can see there is two Anthony, one is male and one is female, and Sam one. So this is how you can add group by inside search view. Now we will be seeing how to add filter. So for that, if I search inside the Odoo source code again, let me search for a sample that I can show you, or that I can use, a good sample that I can use. Yeah, so I'll be copying this one filter string, I'll be copying this sample, and I'll be putting it above the group by tag filter string. So I'm going to add two filters like filter male and female. So I'll be adding string as male, I'll be giving the name as male, and inside the domain you have to apply the domain. So I'll be adjusting the syntax, male, that is filter string male, name male, and domain. In the domain you have to give like the field name gender equal to male. We need to filter those records where gender equal to male. So once you click on this filter, so this filter will be adding here. So on clicking that, what happens that a domain will be applied based on this field where value equal to male. So let's see what happens. So right now in the filters it's empty. So I'll be going into the apps menu, and from here I'll be upgrading the Odoo14 development tutorials module. So the module has been upgraded. Now I'll be going into the hospital, and if you click on filters, you can see a new filter. So if I click on that, you can see only males has been shown. So let's see how we can add a female also here. So for that, I'll be clicking on Ctrl D. I'll be updating the string as female, and name also I'll be updating female, and in the domain gender equal to what you have to give female, this one female. So I'll be putting it here, and if you need to show the others, I'll be copying this one female gender equal to others. I'll be updating name others. So now you have to go to apps menu and just upgrade the module, so that you will be seeing two new option in the filters, that is female and others. So if I go to the hospital and if I click on filters, you can see the new options has been added. So once I click on others, there is no records with others, and if I click on female, there is one record, and if I click on mail, there is 2 records. So this is simply how you can define a control panel view or search view in Odoo version 14. So if you have any comments or doubts, you can comment it out or reach us over the email, that is odoomates@gmail.com, and you can connect us over the different social medias like Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter. So that's it for this video. Have a good day. Thank you.